Hey guys, so you have a one topic video about James Charles because he decided to come back to the internet after taking a not very long break. If we want to find out how long a break is when you've done something controversial, look to Tati. Miss Tati took a break for like a year and came back fresh and ready. And she didn't even do anything as bad as James, not even half as bad as James. So my social media will be in the description along with my beauty channel, anything else you might need to find. So today's video is very kindly sponsored by Casetify, who I've been working with for a while now, and I love them, you guys love them, and if you guys want 15% off your new favourite phone cases, then click the link in the description or go on casetify.com/Angelika Oles, and that's for 15% off. This is my collection of the Impact and Ultra Impact cases. I also have the leather cases. I just have a bunch for all different outfits, moods and occasions. So these cases are drop tested and antimicrobial, which means they eliminate 99% of bacteria, which is incredible in these times, but honestly all times. They have matte sheer and clear cases, and they also have some monogram designs, some custom designs. You can literally do anything you want with these cases. I have some that are just like the designs they have, and then some that are custom design. This one says Angela on it. Casetify is also making their phone cases from recycled materials and upcycled phone cases. So all of the Impact and Ultra Impact cases are 50% recycled material. These are actually the slimmest and most protective phone cases in the world. They offer extreme protection, or if you guys want more technical terms, 3 times military grade protection, which means they dared me to drop my phone, and I did it for you guys. My phone's fine. I drop it all the time. I didn't just drop it for this video. I drop it literally every day because I'm clumsy and also have a puppy that likes to throw my phone off the bed. So this is the Impact case, and this is the Ultra Impact. Ultra Impact has these extra bumpers on the side. So Impact has been upped to a drop test of 6.6 feet and the Ultra Impact has been upped to 9.8 feet. That's mind-blowing to me. 9.8 feet because of these extra 4 bumpers on the corners of Chi-Tech shock absorption protection. So like I said, you guys can click the link in the description or go on casetify.com/Angelika Oles to get 15% off your new favourite phone cases. And let's get into the video. James Charles posted a video called An Open Conversation, trying to hold himself accountable for messaging people he shouldn't be messaging. I think that's a very reasonable way of titling that. But also, what's very interesting is he deleted his Holding Myself Accountable video, where he admitted to doing the things that he was caught doing. Wonder why he made that one private. He called his last video bad, right? And he said how that was like a objectively bad video to film, like, you know, because he got a lot of crap for it. Now that's kind of giving me the same vibes as No More Lies. Like Tati from My Sister video, he did that first video, he was like crying and like begging for forgiveness for 2 minutes. And then he did No More Lies, which was like objectively a much better video. And then this time around, he also did Holding Myself Accountable, which didn't go over too well. And now he's like, oh, that one was bad. This one's better. So he's actually doing his makeup while he's filming this, which I find really strange because we are talking about criminal allegations and like very serious stuff. So for him to be doing his makeup kind of was weird to me. It was a weird move. So for the first half of this video, he's actually discussing the scandal. And then second half of the video, he's just like, now let's talk about my life and what I've been doing for the last 3 months. And he talks about his birthday and like all the fun stuff he did, getting his COVID vaccination. It's like, and it's got a really good like to dislike ratio. Like as a whole, for the seriousness, severity of the situation, it's got like an 85% like to dislike, which is actually fair enough for that kind of a video. He says that there have been 2 guys that he actually has spoken to that were underage, but he didn't obviously know. He's claiming that he didn't know that they were underage. But when we looked at all the allegations, there were probably close to 20. Now, are some of them lies? Probably. Did some of them come out to be lies? Yes, definitely. But out of 22? Like some of them had really solid proof for being real and true and honest. So I just think it's weird for him to, I don't know. He wanted to debunk some lies, kind of the way he did with No More Lies, but he doesn't have any proof to debunk the lies that he claims these are. So I guess it's like his word against other people's word is what he's saying. He says, you know, it's embarrassing how that like clip of him went viral that was like, I did all of this because I was desperate. Did you guys remember in the Holding Myself Accountable video, he was like, I did all of this because I was desperate. And then like it went viral on TikTok because it was just like, what? What is he even saying? What are you saying? And he was like, yeah, that was like an embarrassing thing for me to say. And I was like, no, you don't say. Really? He once again claims that By Sister was a lie. So obviously Tati filmed By Sister. Then he did No More Lies. Then recently Tati did Breaking My Silence, where she says her and James are on the same page and like on the same, you know, team, and that he wanted to film this video with her, but she said no, right? And now he unfollowed her and Tati unfollowed him when she came back to the internet. And then now he's saying that during Bye Sister, lies were spread about him and that he still is not admitting to anything that Tati accused him of. Only this. It's very interesting, actually. He says that these accusations will follow him around for the rest of his life and the rest of his career, which, like, yeah, because some of it is true. So, like, of course it's going to follow you around because you're guilty, because you admitted to being guilty. He says that while he was on his break, even more allegations started coming out, and he actually talks about Deaf Noodles without actually naming Deaf Noodles. He says there is a drama channel on Twitter who compiled a list of all of James Charles's victims. And then he says there were actually no victims. He's like, there's no victims of James Charles, which is really strange. And I understand why he deleted his Holding Myself Accountable video now, because in Holding Myself Accountable, he said, sorry to the victims. So in Holding Myself Accountable, you say, sorry to the victims. You delete the Holding Myself Accountable video, and now you're saying there's no victims. Shame on Deaf Noodles for giving the victims a voice. Like, yeah, were some of those allegations probably false? Absolutely. But I would bet my kidney, don't hold me to that, I don't actually want to give away my kidney, but I would probably, you know, say I'm like convinced, 99% sure that at least half of them were true. Did he know about all of them being underage? No. But did he do his due diligence before messaging them to figure out if they were underage? Also no, because some of them had their age in their bio. And they would like post stuff that was very obviously showing that they were underage. So like if he just did his due diligence, he wouldn't be in this situation. So I just struggle to feel sorry for James. And I struggle to pity him in this situation because like you didn't do your due diligence. He says that during his break, more allegations were coming out, including, but not limited to, he didn't mention this, but obviously the employee lawsuit that he's a part of now. He says there were some faked allegations, that he allowed himself to be too accessible, and that's why he obviously got himself into the scandal. He's saying how he, you know, used social media as a way of finding a boyfriend, and Tinder and things that people can access while also not being famous. There is Raya, which is like Tinder for famous and rich people, but he says he's been denied from that, and Tinder and Hinge and a bunch of different platforms for catfishing as himself, if that makes sense, because they have no way of proving if that's actually him. And with Raya, a lot of people would come out and still try to get clout from dating James Charles, so he got banned off Raya as well. You know, find people in real life. He also says it's difficult to find himself a partner because there's not many gay 20 to 24-year-old famous guys that he could date. So his pool of dating isn't as big. I just don't even think they have to be famous. They just have to be like very clearly over the age of 18. Like if you just find someone who can show you their degree, that's one way of doing it. Right, find yourself a lawyer, a finance guy, an accountant. They're going to be over the age of 21. Find yourself a famous guy. Find yourself someone who's been at work for a while. Not in high school. Not in high school. College, definitely, if they can show you that they attend college. Get them to send you proof of ID. You know, like there's just so many ways to find a boyfriend that isn't Instagram Explore page, you know? So I just struggle to once again feel pity or feel bad for this situation because once again, due diligence was not shown, you know? He says that people are more likely to spread false narratives and allegations about him because they always go viral. There's some people whose allegations would also go viral if they had any, but they don't, right? There are so many celebrities other than James Charles who could also be accused of these heinous acts, and they're not, because it's very difficult to fake messages to that extent, to the point where people are filming their own phones and scrolling through text messages with you and then pointing back to your profile. Like, it's very difficult to, like, unless you're like a CGI genius, you're not going to do all of that. He says there is no proof to prove his innocence, which, very convenient. Don't you have conversations where you ask them for ID? Because you claim you did that. So don't you have a single conversation where you ask someone for ID? Not a single conversation, not a single screenshot of you saying, hey, how old are you? Can you send me your ID? He says how he wanted to live the like Hannah Montana double life where he would be James Charles on the internet and then James Dickinson in real life, and then people would treat him differently. And it's like, you're telling me you've been doing social media for like 6 years at this point, 7. Because that's what he said in the video. You've been doing social media for 7 years. At no point were you ever treated like a normal person. And I don't think from your behavior, you want to be treated like a normal person. Like a lot of the times you enjoy being famous and you enjoy being, you know, center of attention. You enjoy being a millionaire and you enjoy the TikTok views and paparazzi and going to Boa Steakhouse and you enjoy that whole vibe. So it's like, once again, I struggle to feel sorry for you because you like being famous. Like, you clearly on multiple occasions show that you enjoy the famous life. Coachella and parties and the whole thing. You enjoy it, and that's fine. Enjoy it. Enjoy your life. I'm not saying you to not enjoy it, but you have to also enjoy all aspects of it. Not enjoy, but you have to accept all aspects of what comes with fame. And what comes with fame is not messaging people that look 14 on the explore page. It's the due diligence of figuring out who you're talking to. So no, you can't live your Hannah Montana double life, because Hannah Montana is a fictional character, James. You have to either take fame for what it is, or change your identity, change your face, and move to a different country and then start over as a normal person, okay? Those are your two choices at this point. That's it. That's what you've got. He says that he's gonna do the whole ID, more protection thing. He's gonna do ID, he's gonna do double checks, triple checks. Like, this should have been happening since By Sister. Once again, I just struggle to feel bad. I struggle to understand how this wasn't in place. When you get one of the worst cancellations on the internet, aka By Sister, where he lost literally 3 million subs in 2 days. If that was me, I would be flying every single time to like question their parents and question their family and question their school and go see what they're doing to make sure I know what age they are. Like, I would be doing my absolute best to make sure this never happens again. And he's just like, oh, now that I'm being cancelled for the second time for the same thing, now I'm going to do the due diligence. Now I'm going to do it this time around. I promise, guys. Promise. He also says something that, like, I feel bad, of course. He says that he has, on multiple occasions when he would meet up with guys, tell them, you know, to leave your phone at the door. He asked the guy to leave because he felt uncomfortable and the guy assaulted him. Nothing acceptable about that. I'm not even going to accept people saying, oh, he deserves it, or whatever it is that people want to say. No, not accepting that. Of course, I feel bad, but it also doesn't take away from what you've done. Like, this is a separate, awful situation about how people treat other people. But that is a separate incident from this. So yeah, I think we need to distinguish those. I feel super bad that this would ever happen to you. I think, you know, trusting strangers, I think that's the like thing with online dating, is you never actually know who you're meeting up with, which is like the scary part. I'm like, this could be a serial killer and I wouldn't know. So that's like a separate incident, and you messaging underage fans is a whole different incident. So I just wanted to mention that, so I'm not like ignoring it, but I'm also not, you know, using that as an excuse for this. And then he said that he has now changed, that in the last 3 months he has figured out his life, and that he's now ready to just proceed with life and dating. And I'm just so confused, because then I looked and I was like, oh, the video's finishing. I look and there's like half a video left, and then he just starts doing a pride makeup look, which looked really nice. He gave a shout out to like a small Instagram account, like a beauty Instagram account. Very nice. But also he just went into like regular life, talking about life and talking about how he's coming back to the internet, how much he enjoyed, you know, his birthday. And I was like, this couldn't have been left for a different video. Like, couldn't this have been just its separate entity of a video where you apologize and you do the whole thing? I don't know, this video just gave me weird vibes. His fans are like happy to have him back, which they're young, they don't understand, and that's fine. They're gonna understand in a few years' time. I just think this wasn't enough for me, personally. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more. I wish there wasn't that like whole spiel about his life. Like, I wish he would have just kept it to the situation what has happened. I wish he hadn't deleted the holding myself accountable video, because like, you deleted the holding myself accountable video, so are you actually holding yourself accountable? And then yeah, I just wish he left this on for a different video, and I'm assuming he's going to be back every week now, because like, why else would he post this video if he wasn't coming back to the internet? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about James Charles and about the whole situation. Do you forgive him? Do you not forgive him? Do you believe him? Do you not believe him? Let me know everything in the comment section down below. Subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.